Guys, do you want to learn about grammar? Guys. Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to Clive's English Corner. And no, don't run away. You know, we keep it easy, simple, and fun here at Clive's English Corner. So stick around. So Eduardo from Brazil has a little issue in telling 4 and 2 apart. And so, oi Eduardo, tudo bem? Fica tranquilo. Depois de assistir o vídeo, você vai conseguir falar direto, tá? So let's keep things as simple as possible. So let's start talking about 2. So whenever you have a destination, whether you're walking, you're driving, you're riding a bike, right? And your destination is the mall, the park, whatever, you have to say to. For example, I'm going to the mall, I want to go to the park, I want to go to the beach, etc., etc., right? So we always want to use to when we have a destination. The same thing happens when we are talking about time. For example, it's 1:45. Basically, time is moving towards that end, right? So if I say it's 1:45, well, basically it means that it's 1:45. 1:45, right? So 2 indicates destination, guys, okay? Another use for 2 is to basically, when you want to use several infinitive verbs, or basically verbs without conjugation, to put it very simply, you want to use 2. So for example, I want to sleep. I like to play the guitar. I need to buy new shoes. Or I am here to talk to you, okay? So whenever you have an action that you want to express and you want to talk about why you're doing something, the reason you're doing something, to be able to do something else, you want to use 2 in between those verbs. So here's an obvious one. Whenever you want to give, the action give, you want to as well use 2. So, I want to give this to you, okay? You are, again, we fall back onto the destination, right? To whoever is going to receive this gift. So you go, I want to give this to you, or I'm going to give this to her, okay? So you're going to use 2 when you are giving to somebody. And similar to what I explained before, when you have a motive, you use 2 as well. So, hey, I came here to get a nice coffee, or I came here to talk to you, all right? I am doing this to get better, and see how the thing I talked to you before, that 2 gets along with verbs. I am doing this to get better at this. Or I am studying to get a good grade. So you see, studying to get. So whenever you have an action, a verb, 2 usually gets along very nicely with them, okay? Finally, another simple use of 2 is when you want to compare stuff. So I prefer this to that, or I rather have this to that, okay? So whenever you are comparing, you may use 2 as well. When it comes to 4, be aware, guys, that 4 doesn't get along as well as 2 with verbs. So have that little point always present. So let's say, for example, you want to talk about the benefits of working out. So working out is good for your health. Drinking lots of water is good for your health, right? Or say, for example, not using your phone at night is good for sleeping well, right? So you want to use 4 when you are talking about a feature, a benefit as a thing. You're not talking about another action as we were discussing it previously. So let's say you are going to schedule an appointment or something you're going to do in your schedule. So basically what you're going to do is that you're going to use the word for. So we scheduled this appointment for the next week, or this meeting is going to be appointed or scheduled for May 22nd. All right. So whenever you are scheduling, you are thinking of your calendar, we agreed on this meeting for X day, X date, or calendar day, okay? Here's another use for. Whenever you agree, whenever you favor something, you use I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, you are, they are, and you use the word for. So I am all for that. I am all for helping people. I am all for teaching. I am all for doing exercise. It means that you support that. You think, you agree it's a good thing to do, so you are all for it. Oh, I think she's for that decision. I think she's for it, or he is for it. Okay, so you use for to express agreement. Whenever you are going to do a favor for someone, you want to use the word for. So, oh my God, you're doing all that for me? Okay, or is this for me? All right, does that make sense? So, oh yeah, darling, I'm doing it for you, right? Or, oh, thank you for doing this for me. I appreciate so much. I appreciate it so much. So you use for to express that you are doing a favor, right? And this is for you, I'm doing this for you, or for me, or etc. Now, pay attention to this one. Remember that when we were talking about to, we were talking about motives and reasons. So for can be used for this as well, but you gotta pay attention to this. Remember that I said previously that when you use to, you're usually connecting to verbs. I am doing this to get better, or to do this better, right? Now, if you use for, you have to use it directly with a thing, okay? So, let's say, for example, let's go out for a drink, okay? I need to get out for a workout, okay? You are not really talking about the verb per se, you're referring to a thing. I'm saving for a car, I'm saving for a house, I'm working for my dream trip, etc. Does that make sense? So that's your motive, but your motive is a thing, not an action. And finally, this one is very similar to what we were discussing before, and that is when you have, remember that when you have a verb, an action, and you add that ing ending, this action kind of becomes like a noun. So, for example, oh, those headphones are great for listening to hi-fi sounds. Or this car is great for long trips. All right? Or this car is great for traveling in the city, for commuting in the city. Okay? So you see how I'm using commuting, traveling. All right? Oh, the shoes are great for playing basketball. So on and so forth. So let's check out that recap of what we talked about today. So when it comes to, you want to use to whenever you are intermingling some verbs. So I want to go, I want to play, I need to, okay, go, play, jump, all right? If you are giving something to you, to her, to them. Also, you may use to for destinations. I'm going to the mall, I'm going to the beach, etc. And so, when it comes to for, we have slightly different situations. Like, remember that we have reasons, motives into when I'm doing this to get better. I want to start playing the guitar to be a better musician. And for, you use for directly with things. So, this is good for your health. This is good for getting, remember the ing thing we talked about before, for getting a better deal. Okay? And also you may use for favors, for things that you are doing for somebody else. Oh, is this for me? Thank you so much. And don't forget that for is used for a period of time. I'm going to be there for 2 weeks, or let's say that you are scheduling an appointment. Oh, we agreed to have the meeting, or this meeting was agreed for November 16th, or it was scheduled for May 26th. All right. So there you have it, guys. That's a pretty broad explanation of when to use to and for. Remember, to gets along very well with verbs, for gets along with things, with nouns, okay? So have that in mind. Don't be afraid of grammar. Don't be afraid of learning these things. And I'll see you guys in the next one.